For today's video, I'll be taking you for a walk and some thrilling adventures in the canton of Ticino with a panoramic view of the Swiss and Italian mountains and lakes. This is Monte Tamaro, Switzerland. As we were staying in Bellinzona, we took a train to Gibbiasco and then another to Rivera, which overall took less than 30 minutes. From the train station, simply follow the signs for the splash and spa, which also includes following large blue dots on the walls and pavement. Before you will see the cable car terminal for Monte Tamaro. The walk is about 15 minutes. As we had the Ticino ticket, the train travel was free. And it also gave us a 20% discount for the cable car. This made the return journey of 23 Swiss francs and 20 cents instead of 29 Swiss francs per person. The Ticino ticket is free to anyone staying overnight in a hotel in the region, so make sure to ask your hotel reception for one if they don't provide it when you check in. The cable car doesn't go all the way to the summit of the mountain. Instead, it goes to a stop called Alpe Fopa, which is at 1,527 meters above sea level. There is a middle station which features a high rope adventure park, for which there is a separate payment charge. However, we stayed on the cable car all the way up to the top station of Alpe Fopa, which takes 20 minutes. This is where most of the adventure activities are, as well as the restaurants and start of our walk to the summit. Because we arrived early due to it being hot weather, there weren't many people and we took the opportunity to look around before the crowds started. The first thing to check out is the church Santa Maria degli Angeli, which is to the right of the restaurant and seems to project out over the valley below. Designed by world-renowned Swiss architect Mario Botta, the church is made of porphyry, which is an igneous rock consisting of coarse-grained crystals, and was constructed between 1992 and 1996. The panoramic views from the end of the walkway are amazing, and well worth taking some time here to appreciate them. You will also notice some sculptures and artworks around Alpe Fopa, and these change every 2 years with different artists taking part. Starting our walk is simple. We follow the path leading up towards the communications tower. As seen on the yellow signpost, the walk is designated with a red and white marker, meaning it can be quite challenging in places, with uneven paths and rocks to cross over. The time of the signpost stated 1 hour and 15 minutes, but we estimated it may take a bit longer due to the increasing temperature, which was expected to reach 32 degrees Celsius. The first part of the walk is quite steep and the path zigzags back and forth, but after 1 hour we eventually reached the communications tower and got our first view of the other side of the mountain, and Lake Lugano in the distance. From the tower, the sign advised another 40-minute walk to the summit. About a 5-minute walk past the tower is Capanna Tamaro, which is a wooden hut dating back to the early 1900s. It is a hut where hikers can stop for a break and buy some food and drinks. There is a toilet, but I think this is for customers only. From Capanna Tamaro, the path starts to narrow as it goes along the ridge, and then starts to get rocky, making it quite tiring and slow to walk over, especially on a very hot day. Monte Tamaro is located in the Swiss canton of Ticino and overlooks Lake Maggiore and the Lugano Prealps. The mountain is the most prominent of the canton and has a height of 1,962 meters above sea level, which makes it the highest of the chain of mountains located between Lake Maggiore and Lake Lugano. The last 10 minutes of the walk were the most challenging part because the track was steep and covered in scree, and because the sides of the ridge were steep either side, it meant having to be very careful when walking. After a few minutes, we reached the summit, and the hard walk was well worth it. With expansive views across the region and south into Italy, it's also possible to see Lake Maggiore and the town of Locarno to the west. We took a few minutes at the summit to appreciate the view and took our lunch. Please note there are no bins provided in the summit, so please take your rubbish with you and dispose of properly. There are a couple of options to return back to Alpe Fopa. However, we choose to return just using the same path we used to ascend, as we were tired from the walk and heat, and wanted to try some of the activities at the cable car station. By the time we returned to Alpe Fopa, more people had arrived, so there were quite long queues, especially at the bob coaster because there was a school party visiting. Tickets for the bob coaster and zipline can be bought in the restaurant, and at the time of our visit, the cost of the bob coaster was 5 Swiss francs and the zipline was 8 Swiss francs. The zipline is 400 meters long with a speed of 60 kilometers an hour, and is the first and only zipline in Ticino. There is a minimum age of 9 years old and a maximum weight of 110 kilograms. The bob coaster can reach a maximum speed of 50 kilometers an hour over its 800 meters track. However, the speed is dictated by the driver by using the braking handles on the side of the coaster. Users between the ages of 3 and 8 must be accompanied by an older person, and you shouldn't take anything bulky or expensive. Safety instructions and operation on riding the bob coaster is given at the gate and must be followed to prevent accident or loss of personal belongings. Cameras are not allowed when riding the bob coaster because you need both hands to control the handlebars. But if you have a harness to attach your camera to your body like what I use, then it is safe to do so. If you are into this kind of activity, then it's worth trying to experience a different kind of adventure in a very scenic setting. There are parts of the track where you may experience a sharp curve and fast speed, but remember you can control your speed using the handlebars should you feel uncomfortable. Don't forget to look around to appreciate the view in a different perspective, and watch out for your friends who may take your photograph and video. The cable car and activities are closed during winter and are operational between April and November. So please check the website www.montetamaro.ch for current openings and prices. Monte Tamaro is not just a beautiful place to have a walk, but also offers a lot of activities for all ages to enjoy nature and to have adventure. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more Getaways with Noel. Thank you for watching.